Despite the cynics, Democrats and Republicans can come together and deliver results. Real results for real people.
President Biden signing that long-stalled $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure package today. That legislation is being called the biggest investment in the nation's roads and bridges in decades. It includes more than $500 billion for roads and broadband internet and electric utilities over the course of the next 8 years. The president saying this is exactly what the country needs right now.
This law is a blue-collar blueprint to rebuild America. It leaves no one behind. And it marks an inflection point that we face as a nation. For most of the 20th century, we led the world by significant margin because we invested in ourselves. But somewhere along the way, we stopped investing in ourselves.
That bill was approved in the House back on November the 5th with a vote of 228 to 206. The Senate passed it back in August with a vote of 69-30. And with the ink now dry on that piece of legislation, what does all that mean for the state of California and more specifically for all of us here in the Sacramento area? For that, let's get you out to Fox 40's Sincere Tonsel live in Sacramento. Sincere.
Eric, according to the White House, 1 in 5 miles of American roadway is in poor shape. That amounts to about 173,000 miles in total, and many of those miles, as drivers know, are right here in the state of California. I was the first to speak to Congressman John Garamendi after President Biden's first bipartisan meeting on what is now new law to improve infrastructure nationwide. Garamendi was at today's bill signing.
It's not an easy piece of legislation to get through. It's a very, very important piece. As the president said, this is a very important piece of legislation that can be described in just 4 letters, JOBS.
After so many reservoirs around the state dipped to dangerously low levels during our intensifying drought, critics tore into the Newsom administration and those passed for not investing in more water storage. The president's infrastructure bill will send $8 billion to the West for that. $384 million is headed our way to expand charging networks for electric vehicles across the state. And as for the bridges, some of those cars may travel over locally.
One of the things we're most excited about is the bridge funding, because that's really been stagnant for several years. We need to be spending about $800 million a year statewide just to keep our local bridges in a good condition, in the condition that they're in right now. But we've only been spending about $300 million. One of the biggest projects in the Sacramento region that's on the priority list for that would be the I Street Bridge replacement in downtown Sacramento.
Connectivity, not with roads, but the information superhighway, also a big part of the infrastructure bill. Almost 550,000 Californians lack access to reliable broadband coverage, a problem exacerbated by the pandemic. Now, with new monies, more than 10.5 million folks, low-income folks across the Golden State, will be eligible for the affordability connectivity benefit that will bring them internet service. Reporting live in Sacramento, Sincere Tonsel, Fox 40 News.
Sincere, thank you.